Okay, so I have the January and February 2021 catalog in front of me, so I thought I would just walk through it and kind of show you some things I'm excited about as well as some new product. So here is the gorgeous cover, and this is actually a wooden frame, and so I'll show you one of those up close here in just a second. And then here is a look, of course, with our new Craft with Heart. The 4-month cycle starts in January, and so this is the layout subscription, and so you have January, February, March, and April, and then we have the card subscription. So if you have not ordered those, if you have not seen any of these be put together, I have several videos on those. They're just super easy. They are adaptable. So if you are a person like me that likes to add layers and anything like that, just keep in mind that even though these are pre-designed for you and pre-cut, you really can do anything. You can put your own touch on those, and then as well as the cards as well. So here is a look at the first new paper packet, and it's called Happiness Lives Here. You can see that it's got a lot of patterns, but like on this particular layout, the patterns all go together seamlessly. I love that Close to My Heart gives you some of those bold patterns, but yet makes it all where it coordinates together, as well as keep in mind that we also have the mix-ins that coordinates really well. And then I'm just loving these wooden, we've been doing wooden shapes for a while, but I'm just loving the floral pieces that Close to My Heart has decided to put with this line. So here is a look at the paper packet and the sticker sheet, and I actually have a real live paper packet and sticker sheet here with me. So I have several things from this kit, so I thought it would just be best to show you in person, because a lot of times in print you just really don't get the full effect. And so Close to My Heart, we have paper packets that are the sticker sheet and the paper, or if you're not a sticker person, then we offer just the paper packet. And I like that there are several variations of those purchase options for you, because we all know, you may not want to spend the extra money on something that you're not going to use. But let's take a look at the sticker sheet. Now these are cardstock weight stickers. So you've got a couple of tags, a couple of like file folder. These would be great for scrapbook layouts to put the date on. You've got a couple of borders, some sentiments, titles, and then again, some of those florals that are going to match perfectly with these wooden shapes. And then for the paper, our paper is double-sided. So you've got one pattern on one side and another pattern on the other. And then of course our zip strip or branding strip. Those can be used for cards, layouts. I love those. And then of course, on the back of our zip strips, you have all the coordinating colors. So we've got that paper pattern, and then, oh, look at this one. It's really watercolory. And then I love that the background is not just a plain white. It's got almost like a wood paneling look to it. And then the back side to that is this canary kind of star pattern. And then of course that zip strip. And then the final piece is this grid paper with that heart zip strip, and then the back side are these smaller floral patterns. And then you have coordinating cardstock, and this is just really handy. I know we all have a ton of cardstock, but it's really handy to go ahead and purchase this. And then I usually combine the pattern paper with the cardstock, and then it's all in one envelope. It makes it really easy when I sit down to create to have all those things in one place. And then we have the PML cards, or the Picture My Life cards. Now those can be used on card fronts, or those can be incorporated into your scrapbook albums. And then of course we will have that mini Cricut collection that only retails for $9.99, and you usually get between 10 and 15 images. And then you purchase them digitally, and you just log in when you scroll all the way down to my website, purchase or click on the Cricut icon, purchase those, and then they are just downloaded into your Design Space account. And you can see we've got cards, we've got layouts, and we've got icons. And then of course those wooden shapes, kind of showed those to you earlier. I love that these wooden shapes, even though they're natural wood, they look great natural wood. I mean, check out, you know, this artwork here. They're just left natural. Or you can decorate them by sponging ink on top of them. You can use our Stickles glitter glue to kind of jazz them up. You can just do anything and everything to those wooden shapes. And then we've got a couple of coordinating stamp sets. Now we have the card making stamp set in thin cuts. And here's a look at it. And then it's got a lot of sentiments as well as some borders. And then, as always, you can either purchase just the stamp set or the stamp set and thin cut bundle if you have a die cut machine. But if you don't have a die cut machine, these would be really easy to just fussy cut out or cut using your trimmer, as well as these titles. And then I love this scrapbooking stamp set, just because the different fonts, and then those are going to be larger and so perfect for this. And if you recognize this little girl, this is one of my downline, Katie Murray. This is her sweet little granddaughter. And then here are the workshop kits. So we have a scrapbooking workshop kit. So everything is pre-designed for you. And then also in these kits, you get a special pattern paper. So it's exclusive to this kit. You cannot purchase it outside of this kit. And then it's got die cuts. So see this Let's Stay Home title? You've got those already die cut for you. And so it really takes all the hard work away. And then we've got the card kit. Now the card kit, the stamp set is exclusive to the card kit. The only way to purchase this stamp set is through purchasing the workshop, the card workshop. And this one, unlike all of our other stamp sets, it automatically comes with the die cut. If you don't have a die cut machine, don't worry. You're going to get that at no added cost, but these are really easy to fussy cut around if you don't have a die cut machine. And then this particular one comes with your cards and envelopes that you need to make the cards, and then it comes with the wooden hearts. And then we have Sweet Safari. And while I don't currently have a little baby, I know that I have tons of baby layouts, especially of boys. And this is going to be perfect to do some catch-up scrapbooking with those photos. And I love that they're bright colors and not pastel, which you normally see in baby layouts. Now, I currently don't have any of these products, but I wanted to show you. You've got some cloud B&T, some polka dot, this dark. Those are tiny little scallops. I don't know if you can see that. Tiny little scallops, but I love that it uses the brown, the espresso. And then you've got this B&T pattern paper of little cute baby animals, and then this bright kind of lattice pattern paper, and then of course leaves that kind of plays into the jungle theme. Again, you have the coordinating cardstock, which is always good to just go ahead and pick up. And then you've got these puffy stickers. Those are going to be super cute for even baby cards. And you know, they're puffy, and so they're going to add dimension. And then we've got our Picture My Life cards, as well as another Cricut mini digital collection. Again, cards and then icons that you can use. We've got a couple of stamp sets that coordinate perfectly with this line. And of course, these, everything you see outlined in yellow means that a die cut is made for that image. But again, this particular image, since it's not in a kit, can be purchased just the stamp set if you don't have a die cut machine, or with the die cut. And then we've got this one for the scrapbooking. And again, good titles. Don't let it scare you off. If you want to use these for cards, absolutely. That would make such a cute baby card, to just have these big, huge titles on a card front. And then we've got the Sweet Safari scrapbooking workshop. And again, you've got die cuts in here. And so it just makes it really easy to put those layouts together. And then you've got the card workshop, which has this exclusive stamp set. So if you like this stamp set, the only way to get it is through the card kit. And then these are the cards that you will make. And then we have our mix-in collection. And so the mix-in collections, if you're not familiar, they are designed to match perfectly with the 2 paper collections that are in this January and February 2021 catalog. So you can automatically see that these colors are going to be perfect with Happiness Lives Here. You've got those same colors in here. And then you've got these colors and then the greens that are going to be perfect with Sweet Safari. And when this paper packet only retails for $6.95, it makes it perfect to purchase the paper packet plus the mix-ins, and then you've just basically doubled your paper. And then these patterns, I'm going to hold it up pretty close. So you've got, this almost mimics that pattern from the Happiness Lives Here. You know, it's grid, but it's not perfect grid. See how you kind of got crooked lines? Then you've got polka dots, my favorite. Then you've got this little cross pattern, florals, diamonds, lines, some more florals, growth, memories, play, live, learn, grow, happy family. So this doesn't even have to be for a baby. This would be perfect for just your everyday scrapbooking. And then I love that this, it's kind of like Milky Way pattern is what I first thought when I saw it. But you've got hearts, polka dots, and then those little X's or crosses. You've got another grid pattern. You've got this plaid, and then you've got this word. So joy, paradise, laugh, home. Mix-ins have got to be my favorite, and I love this layout that they've done. I also love to look at these and actually recreate the layouts that are shown. So now let's get into the acrylic stamps. And so we have Little Miss Message. I love the name of that stamp set. And you can purchase her without the die cut, or if you want these two, you can purchase her with the die cuts. And you can see these adorable cards that they've made. But if you are not a card maker, these are going to be so cute on layouts. So cute. And then we've got Home Sweet Home. Again, layouts or cards. And here again is Katie's little granddaughter. So cute and adorable. And then we've got these 2 M-size stamp sets. Now, you know I love M-size stamp sets. They only retail for $3.95. They're perfect for cards and layouts. So we've got Made with Love, which is perfect if you hand make anything. Just stamp that on that card or that layout. And then this cute little truckload of hearts, which is Sending Love. And then you've got Sending Well Wishes if you're a birdhouse person. Perfect for that. Now, this is not new. We've had this heart confetti thin cut for the shaker cards for a while, but now we have this stamp set. I don't know if you can see, but this stamp set is designed to perfectly go around the outside of the shaker card and then on the inside of the shaker card. And then it has some little things on the inside that you can also use. And then we've got Sweet Bouquet stamp set. Again, anything you see in blue, that means there is a thin cut for it. And then our coordinating stitched brackets. That's not a new product either, but it's just showing you that this would be perfect with this stamp set, which I agree. And then we got a stamp set all about dads. Now, these are some funny sentiments. And again, the blue means that there is a thin cut. And then perhaps my favorite, if you guys know my love of coffee, mainly indicated by last month, the November 2020 stamp of the month. Absolutely loved that stamp set, made tons of stuff with it. And so now we have a stamp set that's not a stamp of the month, and it has a coffee cup and then a little teacup with a thin cut. So it's going to make it really easy to just thin cut, die cut those pieces out and then stamp on them to make these cute little cards. And then all I need is a little bit of coffee and a whole lot of glitter. I mean, who's with me there? You mocha me smile and got a whole lot of love. Coffee is my craft fuel. Definitely on my wish list. And then we've got some adorable little penguins. We introduced penguins in this last catalog, and they've been such a hit. What I love about these penguins versus the other ones is I love the different patterns that they've put on the penguins. And you can see here that all of these have a coordinating thin cut. But as you can see, that you got some pretty solid, clean lines. And so if you don't have a die cut machine, then you can definitely purchase that without the die cut. And then we have this, it's almost like a Scrabble. It's the letter tiles stamp set. And so you have this little square, and then you can stamp all of these letters into it to spell whatever, whether it's on a card or a layout. And then we have this wood grain stamp set that you would actually stamp over that to create. Let me see if I can show you guys. So isn't that just adorable? And again, you will get a little thin cut for that little square. And then we have this thin cut. So there's not a coordinating stamp set with this thin cut. It's just the thin cut. It is the pie, the Build-A-Pie, which pies have been popular for a while. Very trendy in cards and layouts. And you can see that while it's small, you can see how Close to My Heart has used that on a layout, and I just love it. But you also see that it can be easily used on cards. And then we have two kind of coordinating stamp sets to go with those. So you've got My Life and What I Love. Very sentiment heavy. And then, you know, slimline cards have been popular as well. And so Close to My Heart has actually come out with a thin cut. And so this is the diagonal stripe that you see here. So it makes it really easy to just feed through your die cut machine and then get that overlay. And then you can see here where they've actually done some, what's that called? Inking or sponging with our Distress Oxide inks, and then added some dots or whatever. And so that is behind the layout as well. I would also like to mention that you could probably use that as a stencil, and you could actually sponge over this, and so you would get that same look but without the added piece of the card front. That would just be inked up on your card base. And then we've got some sentiments that will go perfectly on these new pennant thin cuts. You can see them used here. So I just love those. So you've got this one, and then you've got this one, and this one actually has 3 thin cuts that will go with those sentiments. And then here, if y'all have seen me advertise my perpetual calendar, we did one probably, I've been a consultant for 18 years, so probably 16, 17 years ago. One of my very first projects that I introduced to my girls was a perpetual calendar, which means there's no year on that. So it's perfect for anniversaries, dated births, anything like that, and you can use it year after year after year. Well, I had made a workshop featuring that, and then I got this catalog. And I was excited because this is just going to open up so many possibilities. So we are going to have months of the year stamp sets going forward. So in January and February, of course, you see here, January stamp set and February stamp set. And let me pull that perpetual calendar in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So here is a blank one, and it comes with this very sturdy wooden base, and you can cover this with paper, you can paint it, you can spray it with our gloss sprays, anything you want to do to decorate that base. And then it comes with some very heavy cardstock printed 1 through 31, and these are meant to decorate for January, February, and so forth. And those holes line up, and you can hang this wherever you want to hang it. And so, you know, January 1st is always my son's birthday. January, 15th is always our anniversary. Whatever the case may be, you can use this over and over again. And so what they've done here is they've created these stamp sets. So you can use these stamp sets on a normal calendar. You can use it on the perpetual that I just showed you, or you could even use these for your planner if you're a planner person. So we've got January and February in this catalog. And then we have our January Home Sweet Home kit for National Paper Crafting Month. And this is a home decor item that you're going to make, you can put in your home, and you're going to love it. It has our new wooden frame, which you can see here, the wood has been inked on. And you can see here that you also get frames that you can cover the wood frame with. And then you will get the wood pieces as well as all the die cuts to make all of these different things. So the O gets switched out depending on either what month it is, what you're feeling, whatever the case may be. So I love that. Look for a tutorial on that really soon. And then we've got our perfect match. Totally in love with this paper packet. I do have some here. Very Valentine-y, but not so Valentine-y that you can't use it for something else. You know, let's say that you are not a Valentine person. Let's say that you do not have a significant other. Then we definitely have florals, stars, take me away. That would be wonderful for a vacation. Just anything. And we even have Galentine if you got some girlfriends that you get together with. And then we have some pattern paper. Now I've already used some of this pattern paper, so I'm not going to have it all to show you. But this is one side, and then of course the back side is that black XOXO. And then this wonderful plaid pattern, and the back side are these cute watercolor hearts. And then of course you guys know that I love graph paper and ledger paper. And so I love this, and the back side is this gorgeous floral. And this floral has almost like a canvas texture to it. I mean, not texture as in feel, but texture as in sight. Just love that. And then you've got some little clay hearts that are going to be perfect for shaker cards. You've got coordinating cardstock, and then you've got this perfect little match stamp set. And you can see all the artwork that Close to My Heart has done. So you can do layouts, you can do cards, as well as these little sucker covers. And then we're also carrying the slimline cards and envelopes. So you know that I always like to purchase the standard size cards. So you'll definitely be seeing me use some of these. They're already done for you, already cut. The envelope's already made. Super cute. You can see here where Close to My Heart has lined the inside of that envelope. And then we've got these little iridescent flower confetti. Really can't tell the iridescence here, but see in the shaker card that is made, I just love those little hearts. And then our stamp of the month. So here is January's stamp of the month. Very sentiment heavy, but very relevant to almost anything that you could even think of sending a card for. And then I love the doodle borders. So these are going to be super cute. You can see where they've done here. They've actually used it on a scrapbook page to stamp on these little pieces of cardstock. But, you know, you've got dots. I love that little, I don't know what it is, but I love it. And then more dots, and then love, joy, happiness. Just, I'm in love with that. Now, keep in mind, the stamp of the months, if you are a VIP, after a $50 purchase, are free. Free. $18.95 stamp set for free with a $50 purchase. Or if you are not a VIP, you can always purchase $50 on my website and get it for $5. But let's talk about logistics there. So if you have any questions on that, definitely reach out to me so I can talk you into becoming a VIP. So that is pretty much the catalog for January and February. Now keep in mind that this does go live January 1st on my website. If you are a Close to My Heart consultant, you can actually start purchasing from this catalog now. That's how I have all of the things that I was able to show you so far. So please leave me a comment if that is something that you are interested in doing. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.